Right, so last time we helped investigate the scene of the murder. Well, I guess not the actual scene, but like the general area. Also ran into some old ladies. And... God, I'm drawing a blank. But either way, everything that we need for the trial is we probably investigated the previous day. So let's just go and try to prove our client innocent. October 8th, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please.
The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact.
I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court.
Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of the action scene during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that worked at the studio was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Past that of the studios. And here it is, the Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, offended, Will Powers, and a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Right after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the gas station. Now, jump ahead to later to that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone would like to hear that again?
Should I listen to that whole thing again? Nah, we'll be fine. I think I can probably remember that. First, we should probably go through our court record. Let's see, 10:15, 2:30 p.m., pierced to the chest by a spear. Got him at the Global Studios. Card key for studio employees. And a photo. Taken at the gate between the entrance and the studios.
So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval.
Samurai spear added to the court record. This spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim.
Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see?
Understood.
Let's call this security officer to the stand. Will the witness declare her name?
Why, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Your name, please.
Oh, dearie, no need for you to be so embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
Your name, please.
Seems Edgewood has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names.
Wendy Oldback, dearie. So just call me Grandma. It's perfectly fine. Even when I was young, I was just an Oldback, but not really. You still have children would make fun of me. And... oh God, this is getting so quick. Call me Oldback, and well, I cried and cried because...
Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness.
Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony.
Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, see, I was.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by.
Wow, Judge is on point today. They just had a character for the judge.
You sure know your stuff, dearie.
You may begin your testimony.
He sure is one hell of an old bag.
Witness account. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest have been doing a run through there since the morning. I, had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. And now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards his studio.
You saw the defendant then? Very well, let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
Two, you're sure? Sure as spit.
Well, who was the man?
Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might screen something. Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers, that man right there.
I feel like there's something to press here. So you saw Mr. Powers?
That's what I said. Got wax in your ear, Sonny. Nick, this is your chance.
Yeah, trying to pull out the secret weapon.
It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading towards a studio.
You can't tell that's Powers. That's just a costume. Let me get this straight, old bag, or Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Old Bag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Did your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder.
True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that does not mean that Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss, witness.
He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently.
However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. What?
Huh?
Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
Sorry to know everyone would be so nosy. You should be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow, old Windback has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good.
Let's hear about your proof, then.
The man in the photo.
Never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run through the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Wow, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his legs, see? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So he had sprained his ankle? Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness.
She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. I think we already found something we can press her on. He broke a prop.
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
Samurai spear, the murder weapon.
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
It strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. Samurai spear. A break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape.
Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad.
Well, this prop doesn't look broken to me. Damn, that was not the right evidence. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus than now.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot and he walked.
Dragging his foot, okay. Are you absolutely sure? Let's take a look at that picture again. So he was walking strangely because he was injured.
It does look like he was dragging his foot.
See? And you didn't trust me, whippersnapper.
Still, you can't look at this and say it's Mr. Powers.
Yes, but only Mr. Powers would have been dragging his leg.
He has a point. It would seem quite likely that it was Powers.
There's gotta be more to this. I better keep pressing her. Oh, I already went through this. Any glaring contradictions? Well, she's pretty sure it was Powers in that photo. I guess I'll have to press her, see if I can shake her conviction. Who said the witness? Who was present at the run-through?
Well, let's see. There was Powers, he's a Steel Samurai. And then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate.
And me.
And what exactly were you doing?
Observing, just observing. What about the assistant? Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such. But she didn't see the run-through then. Trip and fall. Yes, and I think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better.
I kissed it where it hurt.
Let's just skip over that part, shall we?
Where was the assistant then? Oh, her. She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
I think we heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor?
Well, there is one thing that bothers me.
Which is?
Where is his Steel Samurai costume now?
Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the Steel Samurai, yes? And it is clear that the person in the Steel Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers.
I suppose that's right.
Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Wait and see what happens. I think I'll wait and see where this goes.
I suppose since there weren't any additional crew members at the studios that day, it's quite likely that it was the defendant inside that costume. I see no problem with this evidence.
Most perceptive, Your Honor.
Still doesn't seem that convinced to me. No.
Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
Witness's account continued. The time of poor O'Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite sudden. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody suspicious looking, right. What about before you got to the car station? And before 1? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them.
Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness.
That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy?
Old Windbag sure has balls, or, well, you know what I mean. Old Windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Well, it's at photo number 2, so maybe this is where we use it. It has to be a first photo. Hold on! Look at this photograph one more time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sirree, Sonny. So, whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Ooh, you know, if you wanted to work at this studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 p.m., photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is a bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2. The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it was the only photo?
Order! Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself. Eh? Me? You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help.
Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper?
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
That's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai?
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
Oh, I see. Your testimony, please.
The other person. Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy. Fanboy? Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsal from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Wait a second. Didn't you say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain? I told you they were freaks. Oh, and... they're kids. Children. Whippersnappers. Kids? So, on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. What?
Order! Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was a steel samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh yes, well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in the 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield a samurai spear.
Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him.
This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court. Defendant Lobby, number 3. Mr. Powers?
Yes?
Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go into the studio.
I didn't go into the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
So who was the steel samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The steel samurai costume is off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a steel samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
It doesn't look good.
Oh.
You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! But what are we going to do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that can see what we have done this. Right. And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick. It's time. Okay. Let's go. Ugh.
What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter?
The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence. But there is still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime.
Order! Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Right. Great, that's if the stakes weren't high enough.
So who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed this murder?
The security lady! It was a security lady! Wendy Oldbag! Who? The steel samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag. whippersnapper.
Order! Order! Is this true, Old Bag?
Oldbag, that's Miss Oldbag to you.
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the steel samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the steel samurai costume?
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point a finger at Mr. Powers.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. Huh? That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence?
Oh, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it, is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there, do something.
What's my move? Maybe now's a chance to take this whole way?
Press further.
The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day.
Why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased.
He's only a grade schooler though, as you said. Second or third grade, was it?
But does it matter? When I was that age, I could beat my old man in 10 seconds tops.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Oh, it's just nice to dictate something mean to your elders day, whippersnapper.
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed, and the scene is proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder.
Do I? Well, it's a cost. I guess the costume would be too tall for a child. Take that! Your Honor? The murder weapon was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible.
I see. Would the witness care to comment on this?
The Windbag, speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy... what was her name?
Something Oldbag, Your Honor.
Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Wait a second. I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking at the wrong tree. Me! I'm talking.
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The Windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about?
By whom?
Not Edgeworth, huh? It wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk?
Well, testify.
My lips were sealed.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were
some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with this, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if they're gonna go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Miss Oldbag! This is crucial information! Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination?
Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without the director? Of course!
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So, where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map. Here it is. Going through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was fallen over.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but... continue anyway.
Miss Oldback, this is a trial for murder. I know that's silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
So you got your bonus and you still talked. Continue cross-examination. No harm in getting as much info as I can. So they were actually in the studio.
Yes, the whole day. When they heard about the murder, they beat it before the cops came.
I'll kill this woman, I swear it.
I feel sorry for Edgeworth, almost. She really left him hanging on this one.
Them?
Oh, we already went through this one.
Your Honor, we have learned that there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and, some bigwigs were all present. Yet as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of.
I understand, Your Honor.
This ends today's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. The court is adjourned.
October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, Number 3. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Aw, really, it's nothing. Grin. Oh, or should I... We'll be going down to the studio to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain.
So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have we figured out about who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take pressure off of Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her. Oh, she wasn't winning any points in there with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right, I'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
To be continued. October 18th, Wright and Co. Law Offices. Phew, what a day. This is no time for relaxing, Nick. Say, you think WP's got a chance? I guess that really depends on the people we found out about in today's trial. The director and the producer? Yeah, them. Well, what are we doing here then? Let's get to the studios. What do you think we should do? What do I? Why don't we do what you just said? We gotta get to the scoop on this director and producer. Oh, right. There's no point in hanging out here. That's what I've been saying. Let's get to the studios pronto. We don't have enough information to make a case yet. That's exactly the same thing you said yesterday. Just admit it. You don't have a clue what happened. There's not enough information. October 18, 2:16 p.m. Global Studios, main gate. No one's here. Right, now that they have Miss Oldbeck in custody. I guess they don't have anyone else to replace her. Hey! In the car station, look! She left her donuts. What? I wasn't gonna eat them. Let's check out the employee area. October 18th, Global Studios, employee area. Look, it's that assistant girl. Hey! Hi, WP's lawyers, right? Heard about the trial. Great job, guys. Oh? Oh, don't mention it. Is it true they caught the security lady? Oh. Actually, she just called me. She told me to cover up that drain. You mean that one? Wow, what a mess. I know. I'm not so good with handiwork. Some assistant, right? Yeah, but you do work on the props and the backdrops, right? Right. Just lots of times they end up looking worse than they did before I fixed them. Oh, well, I'm sure these things happen. Nothing to worry yourself about. You're right, I won't. Personally, I think she should worry at least a little bit more. If you'll excuse me, I have to go to the guard station. I'm supposed to fill in for Miss Oldbag. Right, see you later then. Good luck with your investigation. So, the fanboy they were talking about in the trial today, he came in through that drain? So it seems. I guess they covered it up in a hurry. Hey, Nick. If that drain's covered up, we won't be able to get in. Yeah, I think that was the idea. I feel kind of sorry for him though, don't you? What, you want to rip the grate off? Really, Nick? We can? She's serious? Uh-oh. What's the worst that could happen? Whoops.
Wrong choice. Well, I guess some things are just made to be broken. Hey! You know, Nick, you're pretty swell sometimes. Sometimes? Hey-ya! There. That should make the kids happy. The things we do. October 18th, Global Studios, dressing room. This is where the Steel Samurai costume was on the day of the murder. That's what Mr. Powers says, at least. Maybe they snuck in and took it while he was sleeping. But Nick, what if Mr. Powers hasn't been sleeping? Wonder what the killer was planning on doing then. Huh. She's got a point. Doesn't look like anything's here. Oh, hello. Oh, you look a little out of place. It's the clothes, isn't it? I thought my camo vest might do the trick. Kind of an alternative guard fashion thing. So how are the studios doing? There's police wandering around everywhere. It's terrible. They won't even let me clean up. They want me to disturbing evidence. I haven't even cleaned up our lunch plates from the day of the murder. You mean those plates with the steak bones left over on them on the employee area? Yeah, can you believe it? The kids sneak in here a lot? Well, I don't think there's that many of them, but I do see one in particular a bunch. He's always gawking at the sets or snapping pictures. You just see old Windbag's eyes flash when she sees him. She has a bit of trouble catching him, though. There's something at the trial today. They say that the director and producer were here the day of the murder. Oh, sorry. I was in the prop storage room, so I didn't see them. I guess they were here, though. The studio had seemed pretty eager to keep us quiet. So they were trying to protect the director. More the producer, really. The producer's our real star here. She saved these studios from the brink of disaster and kept them running. I don't think we'd still be in business if it weren't for that producer. The producer, huh? October 18th, Studio 1 entrance. Hey Nick. Looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here today. You're right. Probably up to his neck in paperwork after the commotion at today's trial. So, Nick, remember that Studio 2 we heard about at the trial today? You know, stand that path with the fallen tree, right? Yeah, I think that's what they said. Maybe the director and the rest of them are there today. Now's our chance, Nick. Let's check it out. October 18th, Studio 2 entrance. This place is deserted. Crap. Nick! What was that noise? It sounded like it came from inside the trailer. Someone must be inside. Hello? No answer. Pretty suspicious if you ask me, Nick. Let's go in. I'm not sure we should be barging in. Huh, it's locked. What? Don't we have a key? No, but there's probably one at the guard station at the main gate. Then what are we waiting for? Let's borrow it! They'll let us. Oh, please don't touch anything in there. Security lady would knock the stuffing out on me if she knew. I really want the key for that trailer. Maybe next time. Anything inside Studio 1? October 18th, Studio 1. I don't really want to be in here. Yeah, it's a murder scene. I want to go someplace else. Nick? Looks like 2 people ate here. There's nothing left on the plates. Hey, so they ate T-bone steaks too. What is it with steaks around here? Hey, there's always room for steak. I could go for some steak. But something does seem out of place. What? Like, where are the bones? I don't know, it just feels odd. Incinerator. Apparently you just put this one in. It's already covered in soot. He must not clean it much. A light man for moving staff and equipment around. They kept it in a pretty good shape. Looks like it'd run fine. Well, let's go for a drive. Sure, if I had a license. What do you mean you don't have a license, Nick? Nick, you don't have a driver's license? But look, I have this. Why are you showing me your attorney's badge, Nick? There are some flowers here. Wow, so pretty. They're taking good care of these. Don't get too close. That fence looks dangerous. Let's see if there's anything in Detention Center. October 18th, Detention Center. Visitor's room.
Oh, Mr. Wright. Thank you for earlier.
Not at all. We got lucky, to tell the truth. You can say that again. Let's not. So, WP. Do you have any leads that might get us going in the right direction?
Sorry, but no.
Be sure to tell us anything that comes to mind, no matter how small. We can't rely on getting lucky again tomorrow.
Yes.
Do fanboys sneak into the studios often?
No, not that I know of. But that security lady's pretty strict with them.
But in today's testimony, didn't she say they were often hanging around?
The kids really, really love the Steel Samurai. They sneak past when she's not looking, I guess.
Was the director present in the morning run-through?
Yes he was. He was directing how the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate should move.
Why didn't you tell us that before?
Well, just the studio asked us to keep quiet.
That has nothing to do with this. I hate to repeat myself, but Nick here is a newbie lawyer, fresh off the bar. When he loses, he's going to lose big.
I see.
Whose side is she on? You're hiding anything else from us, are you?
No, I sure hope not.
Regarding the murder weapon.
Yes?
Is it heavy, that spear?
It's pretty hefty, yeah. I don't think the average person would be able to swing it around effectively.
And that's the spear that broke or something during the morning run-through?
Oh, yes, I goofed on a round kick, you see. I broke the spear. The security lady fixed it for me right away, though.
With duct tape, we heard. Regarding this photograph, this truly, really, truly, absolutely isn't you, right?
Right. I was sleeping in my dressing room the whole time, honest.
Who else could have worn it? Your costume was in your dressing room? Say, you work with props, right? About that murder weapon. You mean the samurai spear? Yeah, it's a prop, but it's still pretty heavy. I hate having to carry that thing around. So you'd have to be pretty strong to use it as a weapon, it sounds like. Why is Mr. Powers the only person I can think of? If you take a look at this, that's Mr. Powers. Why is he dragging his leg like that? What is this anyway? Looks like she didn't know about this photo or the injury that morning. Never mind. Wow, they gave a lawyer one of those car keys? Well, I'm sort of borrowing it. I see. You better be careful not to lose that. They're very strict about those card keys here. Guess they're pretty good about keeping these out of outsiders' hands. Thanks, I'll be careful. You sure we can't have the keys? Darn.
What the fuck? Who are you dudes, Lamau?
Huh? Wait, you first! Who are you? You look pretty suspicious to me.
Whatever, lamers. How can you not know the great Salmonella? I make the lead shows, the Steel Samurai, mine! Read the film credits.
Really? You're the Salmonella? I am so sorry. You look so... sorry.
No, quite alright, really. It's fine, Raffle.
What is it?
You know, on closer inspection... Yeah, hot. Hey, do you do a lot of cosplay? Cause that costume rock soars.
Rock stores? What? Hey, you're drooling.
Huh? Lol, the buffer overrun.
I have no idea what that means.
You have triggered my creative powers! Yes, it's coming to me. Pink Princess! The sequel to the Steel Samurai. Pink Princess, Warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo! Ruffle Lamau!
Who even talks like that anymore? But Pink Princess? Why's it gotta be Little Old Tokyo? Why can't I have a cool name like Neo Old Tokyo? Maya, we really need to talk about cool. Did you notice anything unusual on the day of the murder?
Oh, I know who you dudes are. That security lady told you about us, eh?
That's right.
It was a pretty regular day. We had a run-through for an action scene in the morning. I was on a meeting from lunchtime in the Studio 2 trailer. I was so busy I didn't even get a chance to eat lunch.
A T-bone steak, was it?
Yeah, sucks. I hate missing out on food.
Nick, what does sucksaurs mean? No idea.
Anyway, I was in a meeting from noon till after 4. With the producer and some bigwigs from the network.
Mr. Hammer's time of death was estimated at 2:30 p.m. If he's telling the truth, that meeting gives him an alibi. What about the producer who was at the meeting with you?
Oh, you mean Dee Vasquez? She's a genius. Mad skills all the way. Scary though. She brought these studios back from the brink of destruction. But she's the one who made it possible for me to make the Steel Samurai.
You had a meeting with her on the day of the murder, right?
Yeah, we were together from noon to 4 p.m. the whole time.
Who exactly are these bigwig people keep mentioning?
Oh, the boss over at the network and some sponsors, also a few production guys. They piled into a limousine and got here right around noon. Major tension.
Were all of them with you the entire time?
Yeah, unfortunately. They're all gray-haired geezers, so...
Sounds like they'd be all of your reliable witnesses.
This is WP, right?
How do you know?
Well, look, he's obviously tracking his foot.
Oh, right, the director would know about the injury. He was there. Is that all we had to ask him?
Aha! You again! Eek! Rude, acting like you've seen a ghost!
You certainly got back to your post quickly.
Oh, the police took me away, they did. They pulled out a spare steel samurai costume. Told me to put it on, can you imagine? How could I, sweet little old lady, wear a giant suit like that?
Mr. Powers is pretty tall.
As soon as they saw there was no way I could wear it, they let me go.
I guess that would rule out her being the murderer.
Anyway, know this, whippersnapper. This old lady never forgets a slight or insult. And you won't get any information out of me. My lips are sealed.
You sure are talking a lot for someone with sealed lips.
Starting now. 1, 2, 3.
This lady's too much. About that kid you said you saw.
If I see him again, I'm taking him down.
Nick, look at her eyes. She's serious. About the director and the one who was here on the day of the murder.
If I see him again, I'm taking him down.
Nick, I think she's losing it. Now can I take the keys, maybe?
Hey, no touching.
I have a feeling she's not going to respond well to anything I show her now.
Hey! Hey, wait!
I bet he came right through that drain.
Hey, Kiddio, what's your name, sport?
Video?
I'm not a kid, so don't talk to me like that. Huh? But you are a kid. What a rude little brat. There's no way to talk to an adult.
Adult?
I don't see no adults here, hippie fashion chick. Hippie fashion? Nick, I think I'm being mocked.
You gotta hand it to Maya, she's pretty sharp. And pretty mad.
I'm Cody Hackins. Call me Kiddio again, I'll cut you down where you stand, evildoer.
So, you're a fan of the Steel Samurai?
How dare you utter that name, evildoer? What do you mean? We're on the Steel Samurai side. You can't fool me. Okay, then what's the last line said by the innkeeper in episode 8? Easy. Like some fries with that?
Why does the setting in Tokyo have you know what, forget it.
Not bad, Kiddio. Watch it.
What are they doing? Say, you heard anything about the incident the other day?
You were here, weren't you?
Did you see anything?
He always, the Steel Samurai always wins. Always. Yeah, I saw him. I saw everything.
What?
But no way am I telling you, losers. What? Wait. Let me go.
He's gone. Huh? Something fell off the table when he bumped into on his way out. A bottle? Why was it sitting there, I wonder? Empty bottle slipped into the pocket. Found on a table in the employee area. The label reads, sleeping pills. Anyway, what was that kid saying? He saw everything. Huh? Where's that old windbag? Odd of her to leave her post.
Help me. Nick, that was her. Stop, you whippersnapper.
Yeah, sounds like she's chasing after that boy. Uh-oh, she tripped. Naya sure looks happy. Well, nobody will mind if we borrow a key then. Hey, Nick. That's our chance. Let's check out the guard station. Good idea. Oh. This is it, Nick. The trailer key. Key to that trailer in Studio 2. We'll be borrowing this, right, Nick? Trailer key slipped in the pocket. The key tag reads Studio 2 trailer. Yoink. I wonder if the key we borrowed from the guard station will work. It opened. Great! Let's go, Nick! She seems eager all of a sudden. Well, you first, Nick. Ah, not that eager. Dynamite Samurai. Samurai Summer. The Singing Samurai. There's a lot of samurais. October 18th. Studio 2 trailer. Someone's in here. Names. Names? We're WP's lawyers and I see. And who might you? Dee Vasquez, the producer. Dee Vasquez. She's quite beautiful. I was wondering if you could tell me about the day of the murder. Miss Vasquez? Script. Excuse me? Script. I'm looking for a script. Script? The Steel Samurai, episode 13. I need it. Can we ask you a bit about the day of the murder? I need to read it. We're getting nowhere fast. We'd really like to ask you about the Steel Samurai. Miss Vasquez? It's on TV. Every week. That's all I have to say about that. Nick, she's telling us to go watch TV? The nerve of her! Hey, don't get mad at me. About the director, Salmonella, was it? What exactly is his role here? Perhaps I didn't make myself clear. I'm looking for a script. I can't be bothered with anything else. Nick? Are all people in the entertainment business this weird? It's starting to look like it. Nick, let's get out of here. Is there someplace else we have to check? Yeah. Wait. Yes? If you see Manila, give him this. Why do we have to do your errands? I don't think I like her. Don't cry. She'll take it as a sign of weakness. Alright, we'll give it to him if we see him. Vasquez memo added to the court record. The memo reads, "Bring me the script for episode 13. Alright, well, back to the dressing room, I guess. Here, I got this from the producer.
Oh, bring me the script for episode 13. Episode 13, where did I put that one? Must have left it somewhere. Uh-oh. My ass is blown if I don't find it. Ooh.
Nick, It might be quicker to just look in all the places where he's likely to have been.
I agree.
I think we saw something that's resembling a script back in the murder scene. On the director chair? Yeah, there it is. Back at the scene of the crime. Let's find what we need and get out of here quick, Nick. Hey, look! That's the chair the director sits in. I've always wanted to sit in one of these. The director. Maya, take a look around that chair for me, would you? Remember that script the director was talking about? Didn't he say he left it somewhere? Aha! I found it, Nick. The script. Good work. Script placed in pocket. A Steel Samurai script. The cover reads Episode 13. Damn, we can't read it. Here, we found it. Your script. Ah. Script handed to D. Vasquez. You're not going to talk to us? Quiet. I'm reading. Just you hold on. What's the big idea? Who do you think you are anyway? And do you even know who we are?
Powers' lawyers.
Right.
Am I a suspect?
No, it's just, well, no, but...
You wanted to know about the day of the murder?
Yes? Anything you could tell us would be a big help.
You know there was a meeting here at noon.
Yes, with the director and the people from the network.
Correct. Now, listen closely. None of the people in this trailer that afternoon went to Studio 1. It was impossible for us to leave.
Impossible? Why?
The path was blocked.
The path? On the day of the murder, the path leads here was blocked?
You saw Mr. Monkey on the way here, correct?
Mr. Monkey?
The monkey with the broken head.
Oh, right, that. What an original name.
Its head fell over in the wind on the day of the murder. They didn't stop moving the head out of the way until after 3. It was after 4 by the time the path was unblocked. Capiche? Everyone in this trailer was stuck here until the path was cleared. Stuck in this trailer, stuck until after 4. Hammer died at 2:30. Thus, none of us could have gone to Studio 1.
What?
It's true. A train came just after 3 to move the head. We called some people in to clear the way. I'm sure they'd corroborate my story.
But wait. What if the head fell over after 2:30? Then you could have gone to Studio 1.
2:30. Time of death. Very well. Come. That's Mr. Monkey. When it wasn't broken, it announced the time in ooks. 1 ook per hour. Ook, 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 ook. Always with the ooking.
It is a monkey after all.
Check its head. The clock inside stopped when it broke.
Nick, it stopped at 2:15.
2:15? That's right. This path was blocked from 2:15 till after 4. Therefore, we're innocent. Mr. Hammer died in Studio 1 at 2:30. See? Goodbye. Mr. Monkey had data added to the court record. Mr. Monkey's head. Blocked the path to the scene of the crime between 2:15 and 4 p.m. What do we do, Nick? There isn't anyone besides WP who could have killed Mr. Hammer. It's over. We're finished. Sure doesn't look good. Guess we should head back to the office and plan our strategy. October 18th, Wright & Co. Law Offices. Now what? We're fresh out of clues. Everyone's alibi is watertight. We don't even have any promising leads. Things are looking pretty grim. It's a little early for giving up, don't you think? Huh? You got one lead? Mia! It's you! What took you so long? Sorry, Phoenix. Maya has trouble calling me unless she's really in trouble. Right. Oh, wait. I guess that means we're really in trouble. I'd say so. What does you mean we have one lead? The boy, of course. Yeah, I saw him. I saw everything. What? But no way am I telling you losers. I don't know, he didn't sound like he was going to help us at all. I'm sure you can find some way of bringing him over to your side. Either way, we should go back to the studios. That boy's our last hope, Phoenix. Thanks, now I'm more worried than I was before. So what's the best thing to do from here? We need to get to the studio and talk to that boy. So do you have any idea who might have done this? We don't have enough information to make a case yet. Where have I heard that phrase before? So that's where Maya got it from. October 18, Global Studios main gate. What's wrong? Whippersnapper! She's been chasing that boy this whole time. When? I can't catch him. Sounds like she hasn't had any luck catching him. I got a hostage now, whippersnapper! A hostage? What's this about a hostage? But that boy was running away. He dropped this and ran. He'll come back. Hurry this one. It's kind of hard to understand her with all huffing and puffing. Phoenix, that hostage might be what we need. Cody might talk to us if we give him that. Good idea. Miss Oldback might No! I'm catching that brat if it's the last thing I do! Phoenix, do you have anything you might trade with her? A trade, I wonder. Well, the trailer's already open, so... Miss Oldback, I'm borrowing this, just so you know. Oh, okay. Let's be sure to give it back. Okay, she's not demanding about that one. What about this card key? Hey! It's a card! Studio 1? Right, a card key to Studio 1. I can visit poor Hammer. I like to visit. He died. I was his fan. You don't have your own card, Miss Oldbag? Studio 1 isn't my turf. You'll let me borrow
Borrow it then. If I give her the card key, I won't be able to get into Studio 1. But we don't really have anything else to do. Aside from a conversation about stepladders, but... Why don't you let her borrow it, Phoenix? I guess it can't hurt. Here you go, Miss Oldbag. Card key lent to Miss Oldbag. Listen to me, Sonny. I don't like having debts-to-know whippersnappers. You take this, and we're even. Deal? What's this? A Steel Samurai trading card? That sneaky kid dropped it. I figure it's pretty important to him, though. Thank you. I may have a use for this. This must be the hostage she was talking about. See a samurai card added to the court record. Trading card. Apparently, these are really popular with kids these days. Right. I'm off. There she goes, hobbling off towards the studio. October 18th, Global Studios, Employee Area. Hey! Hey you! Wait a sec! Phoenix? Was that the boy? Yeah, his name's Cody Hackins. I think he ran into the dressing room. October 18th, Global Studios, dressing room. He's sure to be in here somewhere. Found you! Damn it! He's getting away! Come back! There, he's back. How did she... Hey there, would you mind helping us out? Please? I'm Cody. Hello, Cody. I'm Mia Fey. Nice to meet you. Yo. And I'm Phoenix Wright. Who asked? Phoenix, you can take it from here. I'm not so sure that I'm qualified. Well, might as well use these. Cody, this look familiar? Hey! My ultra rare! You are, huh? You are, you know, ultra rare. That card's really hard to get. Man, for a grown-up, you sure are dumb. I'll give you this, if you help me. But that's my card! Offering me something I already own. You're in effect eschewing the very basis of our consumer society, naming the principle of fair trade. And for a grown-up, you sure are dumb. What do they teach these kids in school these days? Quantum physics? Whatever. I don't need that card. Huh? I got a double. Just keep it. It's yours. What? After I went through all that trouble? If you want to trade, find me a really rare card. Really rare? You mean there's something rarer than ultra rare? Ultra rare premium cards are way rarer than ultra rare cards. Come on! Man, for a grown-up, you sure are dumb. Premium rare. I don't feel like we're talking about steaks. October 18th, Studio 2 trailer. Oh, hi. Hello. What brings you here? Oh, well, I had to arrange some stuff. Yes? The, girl with you, doesn't she seem a little different? Like, is she even the same person as before? Nope, she's the same as always. Same as always. Okay, whatever you say. Have you seen that boy since then? Nope. You missed it though. The security lady was chasing around the boy so fast that she collapsed. Of course, he got away in the end. Boy, was she mad. Actually, we saw them. How's the old windbag doing? She was squeezing donuts through her clenched fist back at the guard station. Some people take their jobs a little too seriously. Are all the posters on the wall here of Hammer? Yes, it's really a terrible loss for the studios. But his popularity have been waning recently, right? That's true. Then again, after what happened... After what happened? You mean you don't know about Hammer? No? What? I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. Wait, now you have to tell me, what happened with Hammer? I'm sorry. I'm probably not the one who should tell you. Uh-oh. Why do I get the feeling something's been covered up here? You know anything about this? Hey, that's a Steel Samurai trading card. I collect those, actually. I'm one card away from a complete set. A complete set? Yeah, a set of one of each card. Huh. Wait. That's it! That's the card I need! You don't know how long I've been looking for it. I don't care what kind of girl you might think I am. I need that card. Please, I beg you, please trade with me. Trade with you? Yes, trade cards. Look, I'll even trade you this ultra rare premium card. Trade me up, huh? Yes, it is a good deal for your ultra rare. Please. Phoenix, can't you see she's desperate? What's everybody getting so excited about? Okay. Really? Thanks. And this is for you. Ultra rare premium card. A Steel Samurai collectible card. Very valuable. Yahoo! And there she goes. Doesn't doing good things like that make you feel great? Yeah. Yeah, it does. See this card? Yes! Wait! That's it! The last ultra rare premium card I need! Come on, give it to me, please! You gotta give it to me! I've never seen him so eager. Right, okay, how about a trade? You're on! I'll give you a samurai spear and throw in an evil magistrate to boot! No, not that kind of trade. I don't want cards. I want information. Huh? You sure? Fine by me. Ultra rare premium card, give it to Cody. Okay, Phoenix. Let's hear what he has to say. If you know something that could help us, we can have him take the stand tomorrow. Jeez, Mia just casually talking about dragging kids to court. So, you like the Steel Samurai? He's so cool! I guess? You're judging him by his looks. You have to look at his actions and his life. I'm being lectured on life by a grade schooler. You like him too, don't ya? Oh me? Yeah! I love the Steel Samurai. So tell me what your favorite thing about Steel Samurai is. His fighting skills? I like it when he vanquishes his foes. Yeah, with Sam! The Steel Samurai always wins. Always. Check this out. It's my fan album. What the? It's all pictures of the Steel Samurai. I got every live performance. Those stupid publicity stunts where they beat each other up in public? They always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. With Sam! I got them all. I never missed one. A perfect collection. Check it out, my new digital camera. I remember when these things were new. Wow, that's very impressive. The newest model, isn't it? You bet, lady. I just got it for my birthday. Now we have phones that actually take better pictures than digital cameras. What's the world coming to? Album has a name. Want to hear it? The Steel Samurai, Path to Glory. It's a samurai scrapbook.
The Steel Samurai always wins. Always. Hey, if you want this, you can have it, lady.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, I took these with a digital camera. I got all the data at home, so I can always make another one.
Oh, then I'm happy to accept. Thank you. Path to Glory contains photos of every victory seen in every battle the Steel Samurai has won. Lots of people are always giving stuff to Mia. What a life. You were here on the day of the incident, right?
Yeah.
Did you see anything unusual? Cody? Cody, he needs to know because he's fighting for justice. Isn't that the Steel Samurai's motto? For great justice? You have to help us fight for great justice too. Are you watching Steel Samurai in the Afterlife, Mia?
I saw everything.
Well, you might get some useful information out of him yet. Cody, I need to ask you something very important. What did you see on the day of the incident?
I got here that day around 2. I had to come in through the woods out back so the old lady wouldn't see me. Got kinda lost though. I was in there for maybe a half hour or so. Then I finally got to the studio. After that...
What is it, Cody?
The Steel Samurai killed the bad guy. He used his samurai spear. Just like always. One shot, one kill. It happened so fast, I got scared. I went home after that.
I see. It must have been hard for you.
Man, you say those nice things, but it's so obvious you aren't speaking from the heart.
Right. Mia? Yes? I think we can say for sure this means a Steel Samurai did it. True enough. And the director has an alibi, so it wasn't him. Indeed. So the only person left who it could have been is Will Powers. I have to admit, it's kind of a shock. But if you put this boy on the witness stand, your client will be guilty for sure. Let's not call him then. I think that would be wise. Best to leave this one alone.
Not so fast, pal! I heard everything!
Gumshoe actually being a detective.
This boy here's a key witness! And he's on the police protection starting now! Come on, son! You got a rendezvous with me down at the precinct! No! I ain't going! Ah!
That didn't go so well. We're back to 0 leads. And now we have a serious handicap in court. What are we going to do, Mia? Well, I really need to be going. Don't worry, Phoenix. I'm sure you'll be fine. Whoa. Come to the trial tomorrow, please. I need you there. Phoenix, can I ask you something? Do you really believe that Mr. Powers is innocent? Of course he is. That's all I wanted to hear. Excellent. I'll see you in court then.
Great! Thanks, Mia.
See you soon. To be continued. October 19, 9:42 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 1.
Mr. Wright?
Yes?
Why do you look so unhappy?
Oh, nothing! Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Uh-oh, she looks even unhappier. Phoenix? Your client is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes, please. You know we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Something overlooked. We have to find something, Phoenix. Today. It's that or lose the trial. This isn't going to be easy. October 19, 10 a.m. District Court Courtroom Number 4.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today I would like to show evidence proving they had nothing to do with the murder.
Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
I wonder if it'll be that producer. The prosecution calls Mr. Sal Manella to the stand. Or that director. Will the witness state his name and profession?
How rude can you get? You don't know me? I'm the director. I'm the Steel Samurai, noob. Ruffle. Salmonella. I'm a director, television. Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day.
Phoenix, let's start by picking this testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure. The day of the murder.
I was at the studio from around 9 that morning. During the morning, I was doing an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. Here than everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it. The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. And according to your testimony, you were in a meeting at that time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor. The day of the murder. Is that when you always come into work?
Oh no, I come in all sorts of hours. It's the industry way.
Yeah, I know all about the freaks in your industry.
Still, for what it's worth, I was pretty busy all that day.
Tell us more about that. In the employee area.
That's right. There was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate.
Was anyone else at the run-through?
Oh yeah, the security lady was sitting there watching the whole thing. Lol. She was cheering on the Hammer, if you can believe it.
Certainly has lungs for it. Anyone else?
Nope, just us 4.
But why did it go on so long?
Oh, I'm pretty sure you've already heard about this. But WP twisted his ankle during the run-through, see.
Ah, right, that's the whip.
which of course led to me missing my lunch. Props.
Ralph's lying on the floor, starving. What exactly did they have for lunch?
T-bone steak. The assistant cooks them up.
Come to think of it, there was a plate with some bones on the employee area.
Everyone else, meaning the witness, did not eat them.
So, in the end, you didn't get to eat.
Yeah, no steak at least. Can you believe it?
That must have been tough. Phoenix? Yeah? Doesn't something about your dad seem odd to you? It's a little vague. Mr. Manila, just now you said steak at least. So you ate something other than steak.
Yeah, good call. I had some chocolate in my pocket which I used to stave off starvation.
I see. Is that all? Sure, I was onto something there. When in doubt, just contradict. Yeah, it does seem odd that you mentioned it. Mr. Manila!
What do you want?
When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there?
A good call. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. But I did eat after all.
T-bone steak, you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. I brought him to the trailer thinking I could eat it later.
Clearly a man who likes to eat. I suspected as much. So when exactly did you eat it?
We took one break during that meeting. I wolfed it down then.
A mental image I will carry with me to my grave. Wait a second. If he took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press down that one a bit more. What were you discussing?
The Steel Samurai story and our budget. Get this, the sponsor turned to me and said, Mr. Manila, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children, can you believe it?
Actually, I kind of can. So nobody left the table during the whole meeting.
During the meeting, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs.
But you just told me that they had left to eat. You take a single break.
Well... yeah, not a one.
Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Wait a second. Mr. Manila, you just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during a break?
Oops, Ruffle.
Well?
Mr. Manila, what is this all about? Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break.
Phoenix, great job. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break.
Very well. Mr. Manila, your testimony, please. Erk.
Uh-oh, Edgeworth is laughing. The break.
Yeah, for what it's worth, we took a break, Ruffle. It was only 15 minutes. 15? That's only 13 in base.
Well, that is not how that works.
Not enough time for somebody to say, commit murder in Studio 1, lol. That's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me. I don't think it would even be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well, may begin the cross-examination.
What time exactly did you take this break?
I'd say it was from around 2:30 or so until 2:45.
2:30? That's the time of death. So he could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible time-wise, but no, that can't work. It's the monkey. Yeah, block the path in 2:15. What were you doing for those 15 minutes?
Eating my T-bone steak, what else?
There were 2 plates on the table?
Oh, right. The other one was D Vasquez plate.
D. Vasquez, the producer.
To eat a T-bone steak in 15 minutes, that's quite a feat.
Why is that?
Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1.
What? I mean, that's true.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you are suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1?
Well, Mr. Wright?
Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer.
You claim someone from the trailer went to Studio 1?
No, it's impossible. I don't want to write out so many possible suspects. But I can't keep claiming the impossible either. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to the studio at that time.
Ha ha! I thought you might be thoughtlessly treading on thin ice again. But I see you had at least an inkling of the truth.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's quite simple. True, the break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Mrs. Monkeyhead barred the way. At around 2:15, a strong gust of wind knocked off the studio mascot's head. Ergo, when the 3 people in the trailer took a break at 2:30, the way to the studio was blocked. Blocked by Mrs. Monkey's severed head.
Is actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him.
I believe we have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand.
What? It's over.
Very well, the court's opinion on this case is as follows. We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty.
Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have a decisive evidence. A witness.
Hush murmurs. Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth?
My witness saw the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim.
Hush murmurs. Order! I will have order! I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear about your witness. Court is adjourned for recess.
October 19, 11:04 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 1. What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in that trailer has an alibi... I'm sorry, Phoenix.
I guess I was wrong. Mia! Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that, but I was wrong. That's all there is.
What's going to happen to me? It kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer.
Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you are innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere, after all.
Thanks.
Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it. October 19, 11:15 a.m. District Court Courtroom, number 4.
Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years, and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hatkins to the stand. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on.
Right. God, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do.
Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness!
What? Just because you're all grown up doesn't mean you can push me around.
Cody, answer his question, okay?
Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hatkins. I'm in 2nd grade.
I get the feeling this is gonna be a long, long day.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle.
Witness, Cody. He's having trouble with this gentle thing. You were at Global Studios on the day of the, incident.
You got a problem with that?
Please tell us what you saw that day.
What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with a beard over there?
Just, Mr. Edgeworth,
I prefer a bearded gentleman myself.
it's a very long day.
Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom.
My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission if that's possible.
Wait, so you're saying you have to bargain terms with a kid?
You lost.
Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go.
Phoenix, I wonder if you had that camera on the day of the murder. You better make a note of it in the court record. Cody's camera. Unusual camera. Cody always carries it, though he's still learning how to use it.
Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw the day of the incident.
Witness's account.
I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods off the path so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. When I came up by the studio, there was a Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I have a camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home.
Very well, the defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle. Remember, you're talking to a child.
This kid is tougher than most adults we see in here, honestly. I'm going to objection the crap out of this statement. 'Cause I already see a contradiction here. Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Huh? Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right?
Mr. Wright, a word with you.
Uh-oh, was I putting the pressure on too much?
What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about?
It's, a digital camera, Your Honor. It's kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that?
I see.
Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you?
Objection! Mr. Wright! How cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so!
I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court.
What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney?
Well, Cody,
What? Yeah, so I have my camera, so what? You got a problem with that?
we made him stand on the box. Well, his sprite anyway.
So you did have a camera. And did you use this camera?
Why would I use it? I was too busy watching.
Very well. Please testify to the court about what you were busy watching.
Yeah, I had my camera with me. But I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. You can see a samurai. He goes for the bad guy and wham! And then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong. The steel samurai rules.
Oh, is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
So you were watching the Steel Samurai. Did you watch the whole fight?
Yeah, of course.
You didn't turn away, not even once?
No.
Okay, then tell us exactly what happened.
Yeah, I'm getting to that.
So the bad guy attacked him first.
Yeah,
What sort of person was this bad guy?
I told you, a person. He was a person.
How was he dressed?
I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai.
I see. And what happened next?
Then the bad guy stopped moving.
Why?
Huh? What do you mean, why?
Why was the bad guy moving?
Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice.
And how exactly did he do that?
How did he do it? With a samurai kick, and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap,
Something like that. He's still being vague about this.
What? Don't give me that look, Pops.
How should I play this? Press him harder, Cody.
What?
Something's bothering me. Before you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action.
Yeah, so what?
Yet you missed the most important part.
What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated what he saw quite clearly.
Objection!
You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me, what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap? My point is this. Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurais fight, but you missed the most important part, the killing blow.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how we might have missed something so vital?
That's the thing. Phoenix, I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you. You can figure this out.
Mr. Wright, your answer. We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of a fight?
Good question. Maybe... Your Honor, I have evidence.
Evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. Why did Cody look away from the fight? Maybe he was trying to use his digital camera. Here's my proof.
What's that? The camera?
The witness stated that he recently received this camera.
Yes, I'm well aware of that.
He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation.
I'm aware of that too. Oh!
Correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Hey! Bullseye. What's your problem, Pop? You got a thing for picking on little kids? Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture. Right. Cody. There was only one reason why you would have looked away from the fight. And that was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Right. Mia means business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackins testify once more.
Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera? And about why you didn't take a picture of the fight?
Welcome to the real world, kid. No photo. Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So I held up my camera to take a picture. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep.
Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure. But I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. So you did see the beginning of the fight? Yeah. Did you notice anything unusual? I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange. Moving strangely. Why couldn't you take a picture? And your camera has too many buttons. Couldn't figure it out. Tried to take a picture. I really tried. When the lens opened, what did you see? A person on the ground and the Steel Samurai. That's all that happened, yup. That's all? Yeah, I told you I didn't take a picture. I would have once I got that lens open. really not take a picture? Not even one? Nah, he definitely would have taken a picture. There's gotta be something here I can use. Cody! Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture! Hey! Bullseye? How did you know? I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers. No, you get that power in the next game. Wow. This feels great. Yeah, I took a picture.
Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this, Cody?
I took a few shots, but it was late, so I erased them. You erased them? Yeah! Why would she erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai victorious? Well, you know, why would I want to keep a picture like that? Becoming less and less cooperative. Better find a clear contradiction soon. Or some solid evidence. You wouldn't erase. Said you needed it for your scrapbook. Cody! What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Huh? Oh, right. What was it you told me then? I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. With Sam! I got them all. I never missed one. A perfect collection. Cody? Did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album? Ah!
Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album?
It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims the perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won.
I see.
Don't you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all his pictures of Steel Samurai, none were taken that day.
Order! Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai had just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album.
Exactly my point, Your Honor. No way. Phoenix? I think we finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is. Mia, are we sure about this? They actually... Yes. I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what's going on here. Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? Why would a boy have erased the photos he took?
I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win! That's why Cody deleted those photos!
You mean the Steel Samurai lost?
Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai. No way! No! It's impossible. The Steel Samurai never loses. Never loses to anyone. Ever. Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose! Yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won.
He couldn't handle the truth.
Order! I will have order! Witness, Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw!
Cody, that day you saw a Steel Samurai lose a fight, right?
Okay. You're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. But then he didn't move.
Ace Attorney, making children cry since, I don't know, year 2001?
Order!
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim.
Yet according to your witness's testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell.
Mr. Wright, what's going on?
Apparently, we have all made a serious error.
An error? What's all this about?
Well, yes, Hammer was the victim. If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer. He was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai.
Order!
A lot of orders being today.
So the Steel Samurai in this photograph. You're saying the man in this costume was a victim, Mr. Jack Hammer?
That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jack Hammer was present at the action scene run-through in that morning. Thus, he obviously knew about Will Power's foot injury.
But wait! Hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio 1 already?
That's what everyone thought. You'll remember what Miss Oldback said in her testimony. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the car station at 1 p.m. Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back from the car station. Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio 1. Nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. Then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume.
But why would a victim do such a thing?
I don't know.
I get it. I thought that the Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops!
Huh? Me? What?
Actually, there was one piece of data I saved.
Data?
Yeah, a photo on my digital camera.
What?
Show us, quick!
No way, man. Not if you're gonna look at me like that.
Now!
Here, this is it. Well, looking at this,
This is still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that this could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright?
I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence.
I'm sorry, it doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back.
Wait, Phoenix! Mia? What? Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. That photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial. What? Your Honor? May I see that photo once more, please?
Certainly. I don't see why not.
Phoenix,
Show him. It's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo. Find an inconsistency in the photo. Yeah, it says 2 right there. Your Honor, look at this.
I see. A gate?
Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate?
A number? Oh, yes, well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2. Certainly.
Clearly not a 1, Your Honor, correct? I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at.
But... that's impossible!
Hey, what's all this about? Please explain so that I might be shocked along with the rest of the court.
I'll use a studio guide map. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what we do see in this photo... What do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on that gate in the photo. Your Honor? Here is the true scene of the crime! Show the judge where the murder took place. Here, at Studio 2.
I see. And that would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo.
Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. The path to the trailer was blocked.
So we have heard.
The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time.
Yes. Yes, I suppose that would be the case.
Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. Yet in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2! As you may recall, there is a trailer in Studio 2. Now, on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Miss D. Vasquez were outside, eating steak. They're at the scene of the crime!
Order! Order!
The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard, Miss Oldback, saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole the Steel Samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2.
This is madness! Jack Hammer is the victim! The victim! Why would he steal a Steel Samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so to cover up the details of his own murder?
Well, no, of course not.
Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim, Jack Hammer, stole the costume.
I have proof.
You do? You do, Mr. Wright?
Not that they're so surprised, suddenly I'm much less confident. I think I'm right, though. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume. A bottle of sleeping pills. This is it.
An empty medicine bottle?
I found this on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Power ate. The label reads sleeping pills.
Sleeping pills.
The defendant, Mr. Power, spent that entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer.
Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes? But there is no proof that Mr. Hammer used it.
Your Honor, I have an idea.
An idea? Very well, let's hear it.
I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on this bottle.
I suppose you're right. Very well, the court will take possession of the bottle.
Empty bottle given to judge.
This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hawkins' testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The Steel Samurai seen by Miss Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did have time to commit murder. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? Also, who killed him and why? Find the answer for me by tomorrow.
Isn't that the police's job? I'm just a lawyer, man.
Mr. Edgeworth? You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers.
As you say, Your Honor.
This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well. Court is adjourned.
October 19, 2:47 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 1. Phew! That was a close one! We were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during the trial. Me too! Really? You both seem so confident! Maybe I should take a career up in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. Me too! Dead? Of course, we're kidding. We're not kidding. Are you sure? I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go and make our final investigation. But I promise you we will find the truth killer by tomorrow's trial. Right! Thanks! To be continued. October 19, 3:27 p.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices. That was a close one, huh, Mia? Really? Too bad. I'm sorry I missed it. Maya! So, what happened? Well, I think I've got a pretty good idea who did it. All I need is a motive and proof. Wow! Good going, Nick! Under the initial trial system, tomorrow is the last day we have. Initial trial? What's that? That's the new court system they introduced 2 or 3 years ago. They had so many cases in the system, they decided to speed the whole process up. So, under that system, trials have to end in 3 days? Yeah, pretty much. Well, we've no time to waste. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the Steel Samurai costume? What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it? That's what we have to find out. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and director were both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where the trailer is. What? Am I always this excitable? Well, have you noticed anything that might help us? We can't see what's going on when Mia is here. So, no, I haven't noticed anything. Hello.
Right. Maybe we should go talk to a WP? WP Powers, right. Ooh, thanks for the follow. October 19th, Detention Center. Visitor's Room.
Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you.
Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick, you must have really wowed them in there. And could you wipe that grin off your face? Hey, WP, only one day left. Let's make it count.
Yes. Although there's not really anything I can do to help.
Not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez?
Oh, the producer? She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius.
A genius?
She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares tell her different these days.
Why is that?
Ever since she came on board, we had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on his knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and
what?
Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow.
Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manila?
Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. But something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. But now everyone knows the name Sal Manila. Peter's pretty much at her beck and call though. Whenever she says jump, he asks how high and all that.
I can imagine him being at her beck and call, but I can't imagine him jumping. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. You know, I actually like how their sprites are either behind or in front of the Switch, depending on which side they're on. I just didn't notice that until now.
Oh. Well, yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global.
How could he do that? I was really looking forward to a sequel to Samurai Summer.
He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. Actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global.
5 years ago. Have you seen this, Mr. Powers?
What's that? I've never seen these Steel Samurais in my life.
These are the Steel Samurais that appear at live shows. The fanboy collected all these pictures himself.
Seeing things like this really makes me think. I mean so much to these kids, you know?
Regarding the murder weapon. Okay, we already saw this conversation. October 19th, Global Studios, Main Gate. Yo, Winbank sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think our guard's down. Yeah? I bet we could even eat these donuts in the guard station if we wanted. You eat, you die. Phew, she's alive! I was wondering about Dee Vasquez, the producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. But she always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Can I ask you about Salmonella, the director? Sal? He's a soft, a pushover. Does whatever Vasquez wants him to. She treats him like dirt, and I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick?
No. No, it doesn't, Maya.
About Mr. Hammer. I heard about what you said today. Cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You drag a star down from the sky and stomp on it. Calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this.
Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time.
You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Powers' costume so he could sneak by me? You would never stoop so low. It's impossible.
We'll talk to you later.
October 19, Global Studios, Employee Area. Guess they're not filming today either. I want to see them filming just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see the film later. I guess. This is where you found that bottle of sleeping pills, right?
Uh-huh.
I wonder if there are any other clues lying around.
Yeah! No, 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 no touching!
Sorry, pal. I don't mean to frighten you.
Didn't mean. I almost had a heart attack.
I guess I can be a little dramatic at times. I suppose it's the actor in me.
Dramatique indeed.
Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table.
Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills?
Well, yeah, pal. Traces thereof.
So you're looking for the traces of the sleeping pills. How?
For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precinct. But I have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution. This reaction to the sleeping pill, see? If there are traces, it'll change color.
Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for?
Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright.
So the food on this plate had been laced with sleeping pills.
Looks like it.
Steak plate added to court record. Found in the employee area. On it are traces of sleeping pills and a large bone. How goes your investigation?
To tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. Some people think we should switch suspects.
What do you think, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, pal, I hate to admit it. But I'm not sure about the case against Mr. Powers anymore. Feel kinda bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though.
How is Edgeworth doing anyway?
Mr. Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room and he crushed his paper cup with hot coffee in it. Oh. Talk about burns, pal.
Wow, the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups.
Cups. Bottles?
Say, whatever happened to that empty bottle?
Oh, the bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle.
So that means...
Yep, sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim.
So I was right. Sleeping pill bottle added to the court record. Found on the table in the employee area. There's Jack Hammer's fingerprints. About that bottle.
Now that, talk about embarrassing, pal. I can't believe I missed out on my first sweep for evidence. Don't know how I can apologize to Mr. Edgeworth.
Must be tough being a detective with all that responsibility.
Oh. It's looking like Will Powers was drugged. I'm gonna go back to the precinct to do some more detailed tests.
You're being very free with your information today, Detective.
Well, don't go telling anyone this, pal. But I was kind of impressed at today's trial, too. Most lawyers would have given up after that director's testimony. I think if it had been anyone but you up there, Powers would have been done for by now.
That grate is still lying there. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room. I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so... What? Why? But WP's innocent! Yes, I'm really grateful for all you've done. But... this week is the last episode of the Steel Samurai. What? No! I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer. Yes? On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2. Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1. He stole the Steel Samurai costume too. What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true then. The rumor? Yeah, Miss Vasquez, that producer, has some kind of hold on Hammer. She has some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently. Some dirt? What dirt? Dirt, you know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using the new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film to set the way it was, too. Film set? Was that trailer part of the film set, then? What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed a Steel Samurai's death warrant. No, no. Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change the programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided. Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore? The studio bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. Find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something! Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this! Take that! And this is? A fan collected all these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show wouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone. You're right. Okay. But what can I do? Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding? Tell me about this accident 5 years ago. Okay. Can you tell us what happened 5 years ago? Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently 5 years ago, someone died, and it was Hammer's fault. Someone died? It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer. And that's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. I see. You know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know. Thanks. We'll try asking her. If she'll talk. What? You're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer! It's all due to Hammer! She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance? I wanted to ask you about 5 years ago. Who told? Who did you hear that from? Huh? Nichols! Nichols? Nichols, Nick. Penny Nichols, the assistant we talked to. She had a last name? Huh, neat. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with Jack Hammer. He killed a man, didn't he? Whippersnappers! Dredging up dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed no less. I suppose you think this is fun? No, I'm just doing my job to protect Mr. Powers. And you think the Hammer stole Powers' costume? You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof? Proof that Hammer stole Powers' costume? I'm sorry, Miss Oldback, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. Here's my proof. What? What's the little empty bottle supposed to prove? It's a bottle of sleeping pills. With Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it. But what does that prove? I'm sure Old Hammer had some sleepless nights. I should prove that he used those pills on Powers. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct? Well, yes, so? This is a plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate. I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul. Miss Oldbag? Okay. You win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see. Tired of holding it all in. Miss Oldbag. You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. That's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand. Poor old Hammer never meant any harm to anyone. Miss Oldbag. Hold on a minute. Poor Miss Oldbag. Here, take this. A photograph? Wait a second. This is a picture. this a trailer in Studio 2?
Hammer was supposed to fight with a bad guy on the top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor, and the man fell onto the flower box fence.
But how did you get this?
It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it.
I understand. 5-year-old photo added to the court record. Shows an accident involving Jack Hammer. While tragic, I'm kind of wondering what kind of a movie they were shooting that involved a hero with a tennis racket fighting a guy with an axe with a mask. Some sort of tennis Jason or something. October 19, Studio 1 entrance. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer? October 19, Studio 2 entrance.
Hey Nick, it's Miss Vasquez.
Hello? Hello?
Hey!
Hello? Maya, you should be at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. Excuse me, Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder and... Shh. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really taking me off. Oh dear. Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it.
Nick, she did it. She's the killer. My fade blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it.
Oh dear. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manila? If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourselves. Oh dear. She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well... Old bag. Old?
She means a security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick.
Right, anyway. Miss Vasquez? You hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. You came. Well then, what was that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez? You were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kid shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now.
Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident. But you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star.
Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere.
Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord.
But you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident.
Excuse me. What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure?
What do you mean?
Must I spell everything out for you? Think. What would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way.
You mean Mr. Hammer did it on purpose?
That is what I mean.
Where's your proof? Can you prove it?
Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years? Over a mere accident? And I ran him hot, believe you me.
But the security lady said it was an accident.
Oh, well, she was a big fan of hammers, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hand, she did, and gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy. But he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you hold. Give it to me, now.
What? This is valuable evidence.
Boys? Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow. How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that, where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away.
No! Hold it right there! I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precinct with me now.
Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it.
Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing.
Detective Gumshoe.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job.
Detective Gumshoe?
Sorry, it's just I wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon.
Well, Nick, looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. And who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. To be continued. October 20th, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 4.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers.
The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement.
In yesterday's session, the defense presented us with a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people to present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From the testimonies, the truth will become clear.
Very well.
Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today.
You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth.
The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was presenting the Studio 2 trailer that day. Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I am a producer for Global Studios. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes? I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here.
Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay.
Right. If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. The day of the murder.
I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp, it ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later, and we all went to Studio 1. That's all.
I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you.
The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk with that monkey's head toppling over.
Van added to the court record. Manella used his van to drive Vasquez to the Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer.
I see. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination?
It's the final battle, Nick. Let's do it.
Did no one leave during the meeting?
No one.
Come on, let's talk a bit more about that.
The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony.
The same can be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. I have a... Do you have someone who can verify this?
Sal.
No, I mean someone else?
One person is enough.
She committed murder during that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. I had some evidence to prove that she didn't eat that steak. Oh, there weren't any bones on the plate in the front of that container.
Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not.
What's this now, Mr. Wright?
Look at this.
It's a plate?
This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind.
Mr. Wright, need I remind you it was a T-bone steak?
Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at a table outside the trailer. Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. Miss Vasquez? Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like the incinerator.
I see. And what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Steel Samurai.
Order! Are you saying?
Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands.
Mr. Wright! Isn't that a little presumptuous?
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright?
Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes.
Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I.
Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick.
Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear.
Yes?
I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon?
You couldn't. I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would.
Huh. You see?
Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case.
Meaning?
The samurai spear was not the murder weapon.
What?
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body.
I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon. Well, it was broken and mended with duct tape, so I present my proof. The so-called murder weapon.
But that is the murder weapon.
Not so fast. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action scene run-through. But someone fixed the spear. It was a security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who is wearing a thick costume with this through the chest?
Order! Order!
Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're...
Silence. I'm the one testifying here, and I will be heard.
Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, Then pray tell what was. How was Hammer killed?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer?
Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was?
I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well. Let's see this murder weapon then.
Look at this photo.
Whoa, what is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at top of the stairs. Order! Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about?
This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a cloak kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth? You still can't see it. See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest?
What? Are you saying?
Yes. What happened 5 years ago? Has happened again!
Mr. Wright, continue!
It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Misty Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had done himself 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say.
In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die? 5 years ago!
Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I can use a man like you on my script writing staff. You deny that what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say, for the sake of argument, that Hammer died at the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? In the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I dispose of the body? The break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to the Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time.
Indeed. Oh, Mr. Wright! How could she have dealt with the body?
She had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body? Other than with her own hands? For instance... Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then.
Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body.
With a car. Miss Vasquez, you carried a body to Studio 1. And you used a studio van to do it. Recall your testimony. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me.
You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then before everyone else got there, you put the body in the magistrate costume.
Hold on, Wright. Don't forget it was Salmonella that drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator?
Of course Salmonella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez? Shall I continue?
No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose. You win. It was fun.
I win? So what happens next? Don't question mark me. Don't you have anything to say?
What would you like me to say?
Huh? I lost? Something like that?
I just said that.
Wait, so you mean... D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer!
Who can say?
Huh?
Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. In the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer.
Right.
But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright.
What?
Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, it's as the witness says.
Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof.
Edgeworth isn't sure.
Well, I came here as a witness today. If you've no more questions, I'll be leaving.
What do I do now? I can testify again!
Testify again!
No one to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I would testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time.
Damn. To come so far only to fail.
It seems there are no further questions. I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Objection! Yes, Mr. Edgeworth.
I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't.
Edgeworth's trying to pull a Phoenix.
I see very well.
Objection! Your Honor, I request that the witness testify again. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I am your witness. I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes.
Mr. Edgeworth, I do see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about?
Well, yes, Indeed, verily I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body.
After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Nick, why did Edgeworth...
Who knows?
He probably realized she did it too. But... wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that? Edgeworth.
After finding the body. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Then I went home.
I see no issues raised by this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination?
Okay, Nick, we're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key. You need to twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal. So I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet.
Well, then you could have put Hammer in that costume with Salmonella's help.
Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy.
Boy?
The witness will continue her testimony.
Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember. Remember what? There was a dead body lying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm. You certainly seem calm enough when I accuse you of murder. I'm not gonna get anything out of this statement. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Silence.
Hey, Nick?
Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Oldbag, the security lady. Why did she security lady think Powers had done it? She sent because she saw him going towards the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. You asked to be left out. Yes. It seemed that everyone else was questioned. And I'm really not fond of that sort of thing.
But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered for us. Covered for you. Covered it up for you. Must have been a lot riding on it when all this big was at the meeting. Sure, professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. The script and your direction notes. Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Oh, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who else could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess.
Very well, Miss Vasquez, please continue.
Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement.
You're the prosecutor, sir.
Think. Miss Vasquez says she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what this means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1.
Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth! What have you just said? Is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking of a career change in defense?
I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation?
I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me.
So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense? What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal.
Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason.
I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left him behind. You fool! How'd you know about the injury?
How did I know?
Sal. He told me. Sal, director. Before it was Powers that was injured. You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was a Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers!
What?
Mr. Wright, explain yourself!
Yes, Mr. Hammer is dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Pretending?
One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured?
I already said it was Sal who told me.
That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manala was at the run-through that morning. He would have known if it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez? Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manala. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes!
Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured?
Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Oh!
And when was he doing this?
Well, it would have to have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume. and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered.
Exactly. Miss Vasquez? You met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning.
Order! Order! I will have order!
Witness? Can you refute this claim?
Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez.
Very well. I have a question for you.
Ick.
Why are the real killers always so persistent? They don't want to be caught, obviously.
Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing.
Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive?
Yes? Okay, I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I present to the court the evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive in this murder. This is my proof.
This is the photo from before.
This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With Dee Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom.
His guilt weighed him down, no doubt.
However, you, Dee Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change.
Bringing us to the present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate.
Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star.
One moment, Mr. Wright. We're talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed Dee Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine.
Mr. Wright? Please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder.
Well, she had no motive. She had no motive, Your Honor.
What's that now?
It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs, in self-defense.
What's that now?
It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez.
What? What?
Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with the sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way into the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who has so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. So, you did do it, didn't you? Yes. I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance! There's blood everywhere! We're too late! Ah! Miss Vasquez! What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please, try to remain calm. No, no! How could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No! Manuel! Manuel! Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez! No! Please, please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again.
Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez?
In the waiting lobby, Your Honor, as calm and collected as ever.
I see. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor.
it appears you have brought about yet another miracle.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found so is only natural, not a miracle.
Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. That is all. This court is adjourned.
October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3.
I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
I'm just glad you're okay.
Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez. But to think that he tried to frame me for the murder. It makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me?
Well, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... It's because you were the Steel Samurai.
Because I was a Steel Samurai?
Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids show, and as the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you.
I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time.
I think you're missing the point.
Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over.
So am I. So am I. Congratulations, WP.
Oh! Well, thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is something wrong?
No, of course not. Ah! Nick! Edgeworth!
Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk.
Huh? What?
That was too bad, Edgeworth.
You don't waste any time gloating, do you?
No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers.
Liar.
Right. I must say, I didn't expect to meet you again after all these years.
Meet again?
However, in retrospect, it would have been better if we had not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings.
Unnecessary feelings?
Yes, unease and uncertainty.
Aren't those kind of necessary?
They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix, right? Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright? Was that guy your friend?
What? Friends? As if? They're rivals! Rivals, right, Nick?
For now we are. I guess.
Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me! What's the deal with you and Edgeworth?
And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again.
Nick! This is it! The new show starts today! You're gonna watch it with me, right?
I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards too, okay? You have to trade with Cody and that assistant!
Fine, I'll do it.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. The end. And with that, that's a good time to stop.